How you doing, everybody? I want to do a little comedy for you, in reference to my family. Um, Let me start off by saying my mother and father got married at a young age. My mother was 16. My father was 21. He was a pervert. Anyway, he made 11 of us. And there was always something going on. For instance, I've always heard people talk about how hard it is to pass the bar. John F. Kennedy Jr. had trouble passing the bar. My father passed the bar. Well, not the first time. He got full at the first bar and passed the second. Oops, I'm sorry. Little different bar. And my father loved using the word perfect. Perfect this, perfect that. Ah, that was a perfect dinner. That was a perfect pair of shoes. He called my brothers and me over, all seven of us, trying to make us perfect. We go over, he says with a smile, you know, you boys are just perfect idiots. I said, see, Dad, that's your problem. You want us to be perfect. Why can't we just be idiots? I mean, do we have to be perfect at everything? One Halloween, my father called himself scaring us. He said, watch out for the boogeyman. I says, Dad, you mean to tell me there's somebody walking around and looks like the stuff up my nose? You bet your baggy pants I'm going to watch out for him. We had one TV in our house, and it was in my father's room. So to watch TV, we had to go into his room. When my father got tired of us being in his room, he would give us the thumbs up. Now, the thumbs up here in America usually has a positive incentive. You know, good job, right on, you're on your way. But not when my father did it. He said, whoosh, and he did it that way because he couldn't whistle. Whoosh. Bedtime, I thought we were in juvenile hall. And if we moved too slowly, he would then give us this shovel motion as if to say, get out of my room, you crumb crushers. I have a brother who has the stinkest feet in the world. I know this because I slept in the same bed with him, and he would put his feet in my face deliberately. This was before we knew anything about mouth and foot disease. Anyway, I jumped out of bed. He jumped out of bed. We started fighting. Three of my other brothers jumped out of the same bed to break up the fight. I also know he has stinking feet because this girl told me he chased around her table with his shoes off trying to woo her. Can you woo, woo, woo? Jeffrey Osborne came from out of nowhere singing the woo song. Well, actually, that was the radio. Now, I happened to go with that same girl. And my brother came to me and says, how'd you get to go with her? I knew before you did. I says, well, I don't have stinking feet, at least to that degree. One night, my father let us watch the Friday night fights. In fact, he would do this every Friday night in the 60s, having 7 boys and 4 daughters. And he didn't want any punk sons, because we had to protect our sisters. Now, my father would be sitting in his crooked chair. First, let me explain to you how his chair got crooked. He sat in this chair so much that one side of the chair sunk in, which made the chair lopsided. So he had an upside and a downside. He sat in the downside because it made him look cooler. Yeah, he's sitting there leaning in the chair with his legs crossed, smoking his cigarette with his Colt 45 on the side, not his gun, his beer. His friend would come over from time to time with a case of Colt 45, Billy D. Williams. And this is before Billy D. Williams even got the Colt 45 commercial, which is probably why he got the Colt 45 commercial. He drank so much of it. I mean, who could be a better witness? Anyway, while we're watching the fight, who should walk in but our brother with the stinking feet? Soon as he walks into the room, one fighter knocked the other fighter out, and he almost knocked us out by the smell of his feet. Everybody got up, left the room, the children, my mother, my father, Billy D. Williams. And my brother would get angry because there was nobody in the room to give him attention. See, he would do anything to get attention, whether it was good, bad, or ugly. And because he got angry, when he got angry, he would do what I call his Indian powwow dance, being 70% Blackfoot Indian, which, by the way, has nothing to do with the smell of his feet. Anyway, here's his dance. Hida, hunda, 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 hida, hunda, hunda, hunda. That means haters in Blackfoot Indian terminology. Now, I have to tell you, I don't mind going to a jazz fest to jam, a party to jam, or even make myself a jelly jam sandwich. I'm a jamocrat. When it comes to toe jam, I'm out of there. We had a lot of little pets around the house. Well, I had 3 goldfish and a turtle. One morning I woke up, saw all 3 of my goldfish lying on their sides. Now, my initial thought was, wow, they must have stayed up late last night looking at each other and blowing bubbles. Got closer only to find that all three of my goldfish were dead because all three of my goldfish had broom straws stuck in their eyes. Yeah. My turtle also had a broom straw stuck in its eye. Fortunately, my turtle lived, although it was blinded in one eye, so I had to change its name from Slowpoke to One Poke. Yeah. I would have named it Pokemon. I'd probably be rich by now. Oh well, can't think of everything. Anyway, psychologists, psychiatrists would probably say kids that would do things like this would probably grow up to be serial killers. Well, I got a confession to make. We did have a couple of serial killers in our family because we couldn't keep a box of cereal in the house. I don't remember eating a full bowl of Tony the Tiger. So how could I have known that Tony the Tiger was great? I couldn't have known that. Anyway, psychologists, psychiatrists would probably say kids that would do things like this would probably grow up to be serial killers. Well, I got a confession to make. We did have a couple of serial killers in our family because we couldn't keep a box of cereal in the house. I had to reiterate that because a lot of people don't believe we had serial killers. Anyway, Christmas was our high point. Although we didn't see many toys, we did see plenty of vitamin C. Yeah, we had a refrigerator full of oranges. My mother would do that every Christmas. And one of my brothers would holler, "Hey, Monty, did you get your oranges?" I said, "Yeah, just squeeze me a bowl full of juice." That's because we broke all the glasses and threw all the cups away. Don't ask me why we did it. We just did it. I guess that's part of being dysfunctional. You know, getting rid of the things you need. Anyway, after we got finished squeezing our oranges or whatever we did with our toys, we'd get some baseball gloves. Well, first let me say that my father kept all kinds of gloves in the house. Baseball gloves, boxing gloves, winter gloves, because more than anything else, our father wanted us to have educated hands. So again, we get a bucket of oranges, baseball gloves, go out into the backyard in the cold of December on Christmas Day to let the other children in the neighborhood know that, hey, look, we got something for Christmas too. So we're out there catching, smiling like we're happy, you know, hey, all right, woo, woo, yeah, baby, little backhand, yeah, I was pretty good, you know. Anyway, my brother with the stinking feet was always angry about something. This particular anger stemmed from him not getting his English racer bike. So he would throw the orange to me so hard that it sounded like it was whistling. In fact, the whistle sounded better than my father's whistle. Hey, don't throw this orange so hard. You're going to bust the seams on this orange. A couple of kids would go by on their bikes that they got for Christmas. One of them would holler to me, teasing me because of my name. He said, "Hey, Monty Hall, throw me an orange." And of course, I go along with the tease. That's the way it is in the hood, you know. I says, "Okay, if you give me a ride on your bike, I'll throw you an orange. Hey, let's make a deal." That's it. You know, coming up in my neighborhood in the 60s, I was on heroin. You know, and I found out everybody that messes with heroin has the same voice. You know, "Hey, Jack, come here, baby. Let me help me out, man. Let me borrow $10. Give me a couple of bags." You know what I mean? That was a white guy. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Have a blessed one.